Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today, my final standard 2022 video for quite some time, mostly because Historic Horizons has released, so I'm going to be focusing on that next week. Anyways, today, Gruul Landfall. Jump into the deck and talk just a little bit about it. Now, Landfall, a sweet mechanic from Zendikar Rising, meaning it's not going to be rotating. It's going to be quite powerful, I think. However, I don't think we're going to be getting too many more Landfall cards going forward over the next couple of sets, but I'm hopeful that we'll get some cards that at least help support the archetype. So we are playing 4 copies of Hellhound and 4 copies of the Brushfire Elemental. Both of these cards are going to get +2/+2 every time a land enters the battlefield under our control. This can easily trigger 2 or 3 times on a single turn and can pose a really strong early game attacker for us. We're also playing 4 copies of Lotus Cobra, going to help us ramp into some of the bigger stuff in our deck. 4 copies of Kazana Mammoth, doubles as a land, also comes down on turn 3, and then on turn 4, if we can get that double landfall trigger, it can be an easy 7/7 attacker that the opponent can have a really hard time dealing with. Also playing 1 copy of Morog, going to give us extra combat steps every time we play a land, and then a single copy of Phylath, which is going to create 0/1 plant tokens that are going to get bigger every time a land comes into our control. Next, we are playing 2 copies of Ashaya. She's not a landfall creature directly, but she does make all of our creatures lands, meaning that they will trigger all of the landfall triggers when our creatures enter the battlefield. This card is really going to help our deck pop off big time. Then we are playing 2 copies of Valakut Exploration and Enchantment for 3. This basically gives us gas. It says whenever a land enters the battlefield under our control, exile the top card of our library. We play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Then at the beginning of your end step, if there are cards exiled with Valakut Exploration, put them into their owner's graveyard. Then Valakut Exploration deals that much damage to each opponent. I have seen decks where people have really focused on the landfall part of Valakut Exploration, and they've put like 10, 20 cards underneath Valakut Exploration to do this massive burst of damage to your opponent's face. I don't think our deck is going to be able to really do that. It could happen if we have an Ashaya on the field, for example, but for the most part, we just want this for the extra gas. Maybe we get 1 or 2 cards from the top of our deck to play when we have Valakut Exploration out onto the field. However, shenanigans can happen, and maybe we'll see some fireworks going into the games. Then we have a couple of cards that are going to enable our landfalls. We have Roiling Regrowth, an instant speed spell for 3. It says sacrifice land, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped. Double triggers on things like Brushfire Elemental and the Hellhound. Also double trigger on Mammoth. You know, this card can really help us pump our creatures up into some high numbers. And then we have Cleansing Wildfire, a sorcery spell for 2. It says destroy target land. Its controller may search its library for a basic land card. Now, you could play this on your opponent's lands. Maybe they have a Faceless Haven that you have to get rid of, or some other very annoying man land that's going to kill you. However, most of the time, I think we're going to be playing Cleansing Wildfire on our own lands, blowing them up, and going and getting a basic land from our deck to trigger our landfall triggers. Then we also get to draw cards. So pretty sweet little card. I don't know how this is going to really work out, but I think it's a neat inclusion in the deck. Then we also have 4 copies of Charge Through. The main reason we have 4 copies of Charge Through is because our creatures get absolutely massive. I've seen Ashayas get up to like 12/12, 13/13s pretty easily. Kazandu Mammoth can easily hit 9/9, 11/11 if we are doing things like Roiling Regrowth, or if we have an Ashaya on the field and we're playing some smaller creatures. You get the idea. So we might need to give trample to some of these massive creatures just to be able to get through, because we don't want to get stonewalled by some 1/1s when our Ashaya attacks with 14 power. And then finally, we're playing 2 copies of Thundering Rebuke. 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. 4 damage is pretty key in the format right now. You have a lot of things like Righteous Valkyrie and a lot of the green creatures like Old Growth Troll. 4 toughness is very annoying and very hard to get through. So if we can play out a Thundering Rebuke, maybe we can get rid of a pesky creature. As for our lands, we are playing Evolving Wilds. We don't have Fabled Passage anymore in the format, but Evolving Wilds can serve as a double landfall trigger for us. And then we do have 1 copy of Lair of the Hydra. Our only dual land is the flip land, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll get some better lands going forward in some future sets. Anyways, that is the deck. Jump to some games and see how they go. See you over there. All right, Gruul Landfall in Standard 2022. You know what? I've been honestly a little bit bummed out with Magic lately. I have not been having fun. I'll come out and say it. The game has felt stale, and I think a lot of that is because I'm focusing on Standard 2022. It does have a very limited card pool, and the decks that you run into are basically 1 of 3 decks, maybe 1 of 4. You know, you have your mono white, mono green, Is It Dragons, and then something to do with treasures, you know, Orzhov treasures or Rakdos treasures, and that's about it. This might be the Magecraft deck, which is a little bit cooler, admittedly. but same idea. So today, one of the reasons I'm playing this Landfall deck is because I was kind of looking around for something a little bit more entertaining, something that's going to lift my spirits a bit. And you know what? I had some fun playing this deck, as long as I just didn't get stomped by certain decks. This Magecraft deck, I played it in my last video. It's pretty fun. I think it's a neat deck to be seeing, and not on the power level of the ones I named, so not too bad. I think we're just going to kind of go back and forth slamming each other's faces in. Interesting. Interesting card. Still just have to go out with the Mammoth, though, right? All right. But yeah, Historic Horizons came out. I'm of course recording this ahead of time, so it's not out yet for me, but it will be out by the time you're seeing this video, and I'm sure the cards in it are going to be kind of cool and fun to be playing. So I'm kind of excited for that. Can't block here. So now the opponent's going to hold up their card to blow me out. I guess it's going to be... Yeah, it's going to be this. Landfall. Landfall everywhere. Make a green. And I can't really attack it with the Hellhound because I know they have some spell that they can play at instant speed for the Leonin Light Scribe that's certain. Probably something like Charge Through. That's what I'm betting. Wild Shape. Okay. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of fine with the opponent using the Wild Shape there. It's a card that I personally would have saved. I would have just taken the 5 damage. But I'm also very liberal with my life total, that's for sure. I definitely let my opponents slam me down. Having the 2 Magecraft creatures on board kind of really just gets out of control fast. So they have that. Let's imagine they have 2 Snakeskin Veils. It's going to be 8 damage on top of the 7 damage that they already have, so I'm not dead. Is that right? 1, 2. Oh, no, it's not. It's going to be 5, 10. It'll be 10 damage, so it will be lethal. Meaning I kind of have to block. Go here. It's not blocking a lot, though, and if they have the trample card, although the trample card... Darn, okay. I think I have to do that. Just because they're holding up 2 green, and if they do have the Crash Through, I think I would lose in that case. Crash Through plus Snakeskin Veil would be 9 damage. -1, 8, 15. It would have been 15, actually. It might not have been lethal. So they did have the way of giving trample, actually. Ooh. Bad news. Good news is we have a good amount of damage coming in. I don't know how much it is, but that's going to be a 7/7. And that's going to be a 4. That's 11 damage. 11, 13. Not enough. A little bit of a graphical glitch there. Kind of neat. What are the chances they have another trample enabler? Oh yeah, wow, I didn't consider that. Oh, I'm 1 damage short. That's real bad. Real shame. Are we... Whoa. Are we just attacking for all of it? Hoping they don't have trample? Yeah. All right. So basically, every card in our deck now with the Ashaya is going to trigger something. We also have the Lair of the Hydra, so I just have to basically survive. I think the Ashaya is going in front of the Clever Lumimancer 100% of the time here. And the Hellhound will definitely go in front of the Light Scribe as well. So I like the position. Should be okay. Hey, Mavinda does not help you that much. They can bring back a wild shape if they want. Okay. Well, let's do it. Cool. So, nice to get a win right off the bat. Jump in the next one. All right, match number 2 with the Gruul Landfall deck. Yeah, pretty good performance last game. I ended up getting that one trigger I didn't expect, which is pretty neat. Yeah, I'll keep it. It's a little risky with the Evolving Wilds, but we don't have a 1-drop, so it's fine. I just need to hit 1 land. We got plenty of lands in the deck. I think I'm probably going to lead out on the Lotus Cobra. I'd like to get to the Phyleth as quickly as I can. And I'm not going to hold the Evolving Wilds. Show the opponent the respect they deserve and just crack it right away. And we're against old favorites. So I got to imagine this Lotus Cobra is not long for the world. Second eye twitch and a third eye twitch. Okay. A land right on time. That's fantastic. So I guess I just do this. Yeah. Get in with the brush fire, they can't block it, and hope to find a land on top. If I can find a land off the top, Ashaya is coming down next turn. That Bloodghast, if they have the Deadly Dispute, is going to be real good. They don't. Okay. Well, hang on. No, it's got to be Ashaya, right? I can't quite play out. I have... Oh, I do have enough mana. Yeah, let's get greedy. Let's do it. It's silly. I could play the Cleansing Wildfire. I'm going to save it, though, for next turn. All right, so we put out just a little bit of power on the board this turn with the Lotus Cobra's help. Hopefully we're not running into... I don't think they have Blood in the Snow. It could be Soul Shatter. Okay, that's fine. You know, it makes our plant tokens basically useless. And by basically useless, I mean entirely. Is it worth it to use the Cleansing Wildfire? Probably not. I don't really want to attack with the Ashaya, mostly because I don't want to give them the learn with the eye twitch, because they can go and get the fumes, and I don't want them to be able to kill this. Yeah. Okay. Sure wish I had that Phyleth on board. Or some kind of activated ability. Be nice. I suppose I'm going to attack with the Ashaya. They put the Shambling Ghast in front of it, kill one of the Lotus Cobras, but That's fine. The Lotus Cobra is not really necessary right now. Oh, okay. Come on. What do I want to see? Another Brushfire Elemental would be pretty good. Oh, this means... What does this mean? They have 5 mana, potentially 6 if they have a land drop here. Like, are they wiping? Okay. Okay. So now they can go get the fumes. Really bad. What do I need? Crash through would be nice, or charge through. But, yeah, there's the fumes. I guess I'm just in trouble now. Orcus coming through huge. Really good card against our deck, because although our creatures get big... Oh, there's the charge through. They don't exactly... they don't stay big. That's what I'm getting at. I think I'm going to do the charge through now. Oh, I should have played out the Hellhound. Oh, I couldn't because I didn't have enough. I didn't have the mana for it. Oh, maybe if I would have tapped my mana correctly. Well, they can't do the fumes now. So if I find another crash through, charge through, I'm never going to get this card right. I did not. Okay. Alright, just attack. Got the Hellhound. Hold back the land. Gotta imagine that Shia is going down now. Okay. Lots of value. Real sick of this card, I'll tell you that much. I'm sure a lot of you are too. So, I guess charge through into like a roiling, what is it called? Roiling regrowth would have been the only way to win this. Yeah. Well, tough one, but you know, it is what it is. They had the really good Orcus. I don't know if something could have gone a little bit differently in that game for me, but they got it. Next one. Right, match 3. A little slow, but it's fine. Maybe we find a Brushfire off the top. That'd be like maybe the best draw. Definitely the best draw. Ooh, party. Don't see this too often. Okay, Lotus Cobra. Not bad, not bad. Makes me wonder if I want to put one of these mammoths out on the land side. Let's see what we draw. Okay. So, no. Man, Lotus Cobra's doing work. Card might be an all-star going forward next year. Gotta pick up a couple of copies. I think I have one for EDH. Excuse me. But I need to pick up a few more. Doke. Well, we'll do this. And we'll do this. And why not? Sure. Attack with the 9/9. Nothing like a turn 4 9/9. Oh, wow, they're letting that through. That's huge for me. So now the charge through is really going to be awesome next turn. Sure. I don't know. I think I would have definitely put an Archpriest under that. 9 damage is a ton. Lotus Cobra is really impressing me. I knew it was good, but wow, getting it on turn 2 is just kind of insane. Having 2 of them. Oof. All right, so the Siege Commander is pretty annoying. So should I charge through preemptively is what I'm wondering. Because I do get a card draw, and if I find another thing, it could be good. They could also just put the 1/1. I think I got to do preemptively. No, maybe not. They're going to put something under all these creatures, right? Well, I've already played a land, so the Evolving Wild's not great. But next turn, you know, lots of triggers. Easy chump blocks for the opponent on the Mammoth, and just take 11, sure, or 10. From 11 down to 1, not a big deal. Okay. Gonna need some help next turn, that's for sure. I think this deck is really good at getting opponents low, and then closing out the games is always going to be a problem. No reach whatsoever in the deck, and then kind of just get stranded. I haven't seen somebody play a Tezri ever. Cool. Really? What do you got up your sleeve, Mr. Sovereign? Mrs. Sovereign, or whatever Sovereign you are? Al. Al? Sovereign? Yeah, take 7. Kazandu Mammoth. Well, it's not the worst. Am I just attacking with everything? No. Oh my god. Stop being annoying. Yeah, I think I just attack with the 2. If they want to put 2 things in front of the Mammoth, yeah. Well, at least we get a priest. Come on. Charge through. We got 3 more in the deck. It's got to be right here on the top, right? Number 46. Really would like to see the opponent use the ability. That'd be fun. Yeah, there they go. So they get a squad commander and a sentinel, neither of which they can play. Oh my goodness, lands. Maybe I should have put out the Evolving Wilds there so I could have attacked him with the Mammoth more comfortably. Being able to pump it up to a 7/7 would have been a lot harder for the opponent to deal with, but I feel like, this is fine. They'll just give me the priest. They could triple block. 2 for 1. Not the worst idea. They might be doing... Wow. Maybe they have another one. never getting through. Oh, the squad commander just makes 4 more. Pretty sweet little animation. I'm not sure if I've ever seen that. Okie doke. So it's charge through or bust. Oh, uh-oh. It's so close. If they didn't have the squad commander, could have pulled it off. Maybe they'll forget to block. Is that something I can hope? Oh, well, good on you, opponent. They're playing a cool deck. I like seeing it. A little unfortunate that we just couldn't get there. All right. Is what it is. Next one. All right, match 4. Hoping. Had to actually cut the last game because it was on the bad map. So I just conceded and moved on. Well, this hand doesn't look very exciting, does it? Throw it away. Okay, a little bit better. I think I'm going to get rid of the Hellhound. I think it's the least exciting card in the deck. Let's see what our opponent is up to. Hopefully some more fun stuff. Well, you know what that looks like? That looks like Magecraft again. I think this Selesnya Magecraft deck is actually quite popular. It's fun, it's interesting, and it's not too surprising to see a lot of people on it. Then again, maybe it's something different. I've seen stranger things. I'm assuming what they have is a charge through actually in their hand, because charge through can be cast on any creature, and I think that's what that little pause was. If I do my little sleuthing to investigate. Okay. Can't attack through the Mavinda. Pretty good little blocker against my poor snake. Guiding Voice. They're going to do double Guiding Voice, which is pretty neat. And they get the Expanded Anatomy, which they could just cast that. Ooh. Oh no, and they're going to Blizzard Brawl again. Oh, it's a disaster. Oh, I'd 100% Blizzard Brawl one more time against the Lotus Cobra if I were them. Huh. Well, now we're in a bit of a pickle because we missed our land. And they had a pretty neat start. A slow start, but I think it works. I can't attack because there's a good chance. Well, they could just... no, those are sorceries. Good chance they have an instant speed spell. So, this might be a little bit of a scuffed video by the looks of it. Things are not going well. I'm not going to block here. I could die. There's the charge through, so that's the card I assume they had from the start, from that little pause. I think I would have cast the Expanded Anatomy if I were them before combat, but that's okay. I like Mavinda with the charge through getting the extra draws. It's pretty sweet. Who doesn't like extra damage? Well, it's a land. Not the way I wanted it. I think I'm going to do this. Just to basically cycle it. We'll attack with 1. Real threatening. Instead of 20 life to hit them for 2. Take that. So what can they do? If they have a land, they can actually kill us. No, they can't because it only 2+2. Oh no. Well, that's terrifying. I don't feel very safe. Say that much. Snakeskin Veil, sure. And another Snakeskin Veil. I think I'd Blizzard Brawl. Take out the. Actually, they could kill a Shia now with the Blizzard Brawl if they did that on the Clever Lumimancer, because it would be 7 power plus 2/+1, and it'd be indestructible. So that would be pretty good, and it forced me a block here, and they'd have lethal. Yeah. So if they do that, I'm dead. They choose not to do that yet. We're not dead yet. They got a Blizzard Brawl. There you go. Okay. So good showing from the opponent. Wow. When this Magecraft deck doesn't meet any resistance, which our deck basically doesn't have any, we're playing 2 Thundering Rebukes. It gets pretty wild. Yeah. That's another loss in the books. Let's go to match number 5. All right, so 1 and 3 with the Magecraft, or not Magecraft, sorry, Gruul. Just got slammed by Magecraft. Opening hand looks okay. I think we're probably gonna go. God. Probably gonna go Lotus Cobra before the Brushfire Elemental is what I'm thinking. Well, Mono White was kind of hoping to dodge Mono White, but, you know, it's not really going to happen, is it? I could kill the Clarion Spirit now, and you know what? I'm kind of leaning toward doing that, mostly because if they start cluttering up the board with a whole bunch of 1/1s, I'm never ever getting through. I like the Brushfire Elemental obviously can, but I don't know. The Clarion Spirit's super annoying. They missed their land drop. Interesting. And we hit an awesome land. All right. So we're cooking. A land off the top would be so good. Because then I can go Brushfire Elemental, land drop, Roiling Regrowth. Potentially. They could have a portable hole. They're targeting our creatures or hovering over them, so making me think they might have something. Alright, Skyclave. Take the Lotus Cobra. Still, land will be good. No land, though. Okay, I think I'm just going to go with the Brushfire. Attack with it down to 13. And then wait till next turn to do the Roiling Regrowth. If they put the token on the Skyclave, or the Monk, either one, going to be annoying because now they can block the Brushfire. Okay, they get greedy and attack. Good. Take my 3. No problemo. Well, the game definitely wants me to have Roiling Regrowths, huh? Get all this mana, but I can't really do anything with it. Is it okay to attack with both? I think it is. And if they don't hold a blocker back for the Brushfire next turn, could be able to sneak out a win. What would be pretty annoying here if they had Paladin class into an Anthem? That's not bad. It's a little annoying because it's 3 toughness, or 3 power rather. So Brushfire, a little less effective against it. Kind of need to find charge through. Always, this deck is constantly begging for charge throughs. Maybe something like a wild, what is it? Wild Spirits, the one with the 3 choices makes a 3/3 elephant, might be worth putting a couple copies of in the deck. Just another source of getting trample would be awesome. Sure. Take that. Doesn't really help me, does it? Okay, well, attack, attack. Got to imagine the Elite Spellbinder 100% of the time going in front of the Brushfire, and then the Code Spell Cleric in front of the Hellhound, probably. Maybe they slip up here. They might not know that the Roiling Regrowth is instant speed. Alright. Maybe argument for not doing that during combat. It's just so I'm not wasting this mana. I could have put out the Lotus Cobra. But it's fine. Chipping down their board isn't always nice. Well, that's a pretty good draw, I'd say. Pretty good. It's been, the story of this deck has been opponents getting like under 5 life, I feel like, and just getting stalled out. The boards get clammed up so efficiently in this format, and I don't know what to really do. There's no reason to do this. Sure. All right. I mean, there's still some hope. Maybe. But I guess I'm down to chump blocking now. I can use the Roiling Regrowth to pump up. Oh my goodness gracious. If only. Well, it's yeah, it's been pretty dark. Go in with everything. Just go in with everything. Yeah. There you go. I mean, what are they worried about? Giving me a 2/2 for my 2/1? Like, and I have to block on the Monk of the Open Hand anyways, so. Okay, so what we draw. And yep, that's about right. So give him the old hearts. Concede. Another match down. Go to a couple more. All right, 3 more. Definitely losing my enthusiasm. It's kind of been the story. Ugh, garbage. Oh, oh boy. All right. Byleth can go. Cobra can go. Just gotta pray. Yeah, this has been the story of the last like 4 days for me. It's been pretty rough. I don't know if it might be a combination of all these things, but I don't know if it's like my play, has been a little bit extra sloppy because I've been kind of in a bad mindset. I also don't like, I have definitely been experimenting and trying to play decks that are a little bit more interesting to me instead of just the basic decks. Trying to find something that just feels good, and the format, like I mentioned before, just feels so segmented. You have that group of tier decks that are so far above the other decks in the format that you just kind of, it kind of feels like you have to, go with the, oh my god, ooh. Yeah, you have to be part of the cool kids club if you want to be competing in Standard 2022. It's a real shame because it started off as a really cool format and then it just devolved into the same like 60 cards that you just see in literally every single game. Well, the good news is I get the Ashaya out and I can actually attack with the Brushfire. I'm gonna. They want to give me the 5/4, that's cool. Okay. But yeah, it's this situation has happened to me a number of times as well. I get like when I was playing the green white Magecraft deck, it happened to me so many times where the opponent would have a turn to Wolf or Pack Leader, and then the next turn they would go Blizzard Brawl, or Blizzard Brawl Inscription, and it's like, yeah, all right, I guess I lose now. Let's hope they don't have some kind of trick. I don't imagine what they could possibly do here, but we get one up on them. So that's okay. With a couple of good draws off the top, might actually have a chance here, but being empty-handed, I don't think this deck necessarily plays very well off the top. We'll just have to see. Poor kitty. Jumping in front of a spirit forest god. Forest spirit god. I don't know if I want to do the Roiling Vortex just to kind of get some lands out of my deck. Let me think about it. Yep. And we're definitely not getting through that. This is a mull to 5, so I'm kind of happy that the deck is kind of staying in it. Wow. But they get to make a token, so not a big deal. Yeah, I feel like this is one of the first times I actually feel kind of like extra defeated while filming a video. Usually, you kind of go 5-5 or not 5-5, 50%, 50 or so, 4 wins, 4 losses kind of thing. Usually it doesn't go this poorly. I just kind of, yeah. Good news is, so yeah, let's focus on the good. Let's focus on the good. Today is actually Friday for me, and tomorrow, Saturday, is the end of my quarantine. So I get out at lunchtime, pending a negative COVID test, which should be negative. Haven't exactly seen anybody for the last 2 weeks. So I get to go live a life next week or tomorrow, which is pretty great. So that's why I wanted to pound out this video and get it done before. That's a good card. Yeah, want to get this one done and ready, so I'm all good. I can take a little bit of a break for the next 3 or 4 days, which I'm definitely going to be doing. Just not playing pretty much any Magic until Historic Horizons comes out on Thursday, I suppose. And then I'll be jumping into that. I don't know how many packs I'm going to be, or packs, how many of the Jumpstart events I'm going to be doing, because I'm not really a big fan, but I do have some wild cards saved up. This is kind of fun. Die, Professor. I do have some packs stored up, so I am going to be able to... Or not packs, some rare cards saved up. So I will be able to craft those rare cards from the set that I'm really interested in playing. And we'll kind of go from there. Oh, we're dead here. I've been rambling on. I'm just trying to block out the fact that I'm getting slammed once again. Here, let's help you out. Hey, Lotus Cobra. Not bad. Nice. Yeah, it is nice. It would have been a lot nicer a few turns ago. I don't think it would have actually helped, but... No blocks. We'll take our beats. Not a big deal. But yeah, so some good coming after this video. 2 more games to go. See if we can pick up 1 or 2 more wins. That's the hope. Alright, match 7. Gonna need some uplifting comments to make me feel better about this one. Hey, this is the first time I've seen the Valakut Exploration. It's pretty neat. Not keepable, so that's fun. And also not keepable. Talk about kicking a guy when he's down. Come on, game. Leave the boy alone. Alright. I want to keep the Exploration because I haven't played it yet. Hey, this is something new. Alright, so we got a cool little curve going on here. A little bit of an unfortunate thing that we had to mulligan down, but... Is this going to be like a Foretell deck? Or... I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. This is just neat. The opponent whiffs, unfortunately. Oh, the Black Staff of Waterdeep is pretty cool. It's a card that I kind of looked at, but didn't end up exploring very much of. Do I want a Roiling Regrowth? I don't think so. Let's do that. Alright, looks like the opponent and I have a gentleman's agreement that we're just going to keep smashing each other. That's fun. Squad at the bottom, good news. But I'm assuming they're going to be able to... This is an artifact, yeah, so they can turn the bird into a 4/4. It's awesome. I'm not going to make it. And they keep stealing my lands. Really appreciate it if they didn't do that. Isn't that just the way it goes, right? Alright. Desperation Sack. Couple of triggers. Found a land. The problem is, I'm already dead. So I'm just... Yeah, I'm just dead in the air. Alright. Well, keeping with the narrative of this video, we have our opponent down to a low life total once again. And a little bit too short on time. Cool decks, though. And I will say... we have seen neat decks. The 5-color party deck was really neat. The green-white Magecraft deck twice in this video. So it's nice to see that deck growing, and then this deck, I have no idea what it's all about, but it's super cool. And I really like where the opponent's head's at. Let's go to one more game. See if we can win. Okay, last video in this punishing hour-long thing that I've been doing. It has not been fun. Hey, get a keepable hand though, so that's pretty cool, and it's a nice little hand. Hellhound has not impressed me. I really like the Brushfire Elemental. It having haste and the can't be blocked part of it is really huge. I think I'm gonna go Cobra first. And then yeah, the Hellhound, I don't know. I've never really been impressed with the Hellhound. It's a cool landfall card that in theory could work, but just doesn't seem to end up going as well. Eating the Thundering Rebuke there was huge though, so that is cool. Okay, get you for 5. Wonder what the opponent's up to. Boros. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So land next turn will be pretty sweet. If I can get Morog out. Haven't seen this card either hitting the field. Only playing a 1-of it, so not too surprising. So if I do this, I'm going to get not enough land triggers. I'll have 3 mana. So we'll just put out the Lotus Cobra. And then next turn, we have a land. We'll have 7. Still not really enough to do shenanigans, but... Okay. Sure. If they want to trade both of them for the Mammoth, I'm cool with it. Awesome. So they need a pretty good blocker for this Brushfire. That's not good enough. I'm not sure what the opponent's deck really is. Is it like the mono white Weenie deck? Splashing in red, of course. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, look who we get on the field. I'm going to attack with both. Cool. I love the art on this card. And one that I haven't picked up in paper. I really got to consider doing that. Okay, so I got to read this. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if it's your main phase... There's an additional combat phase after this phase. At the beginning of combat, untap all creatures you control. But they don't gain haste, unfortunately. Still, this should be enough to win. So kind of a neat little way to cap off this video, I think. Opponent didn't let me attack. Hey, we win the first one, we win the last one. We come in strong, we go out strong. That's all that matters, right? So we'll wrap up. All right, so the Gruul Landfall deck, it's neat. It does have a lot of power behind it. The problem is, in the current format, the way it is, people are going so wide, and there were so many games where, you know, we got our opponent low and we just couldn't close it out. Brushfire Elemental is super sweet for getting in past those 1/1 or 2/2 blockers, but it's just super vulnerable at the end there. We saw it get shocked. It happened a few times where it was just taken out super easily. There were other times when we had a huge Shia on the field, but it just kept getting stopped in its tracks. Charge Through, super important card in the deck, just never really saw it come at the most opportune times, and as a result, couldn't really finish out many games. I think there's something here. I don't know about this configuration. You know, the Hellhound is a landfall card, but it's not very impressive. Might be okay to get rid of it. The Valakut Exploration, we didn't see enough. And the Roiling Regrowth, actually, I did like quite a bit. So I would definitely keep those in. Cleansing Wildfire, I'm a little bit lukewarm on it. It did work out one time, but yeah. I don't know. Otherwise, maybe there's some other areas to explore with it. 24 lands. I just really don't know. Anyways, I'm going to go open a few packs to make myself feel better. Let's see if we can at least find something good. Okay, Augmenter Pugilist, not bad, and Forsworn Paladin. I like this card, it's pretty cool. Anyways, that's it for me today. Thanks for sticking around. Take care for now, and see you in Historic next week. Bye-bye.